Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the Cold War Prepper. Today, my name's Lee. Today we're going to do another 3 meals. So this is a continuation of the series, Planning Your SHTF Food by Meal. So I'm going to give you 3 more meal ideas today, and then you can go out and get those if you like these. So let's start off with breakfast. Today we're going to do a typical breakfast, the American breakfast, scrambled eggs, some sort of meat, potatoes, fruit, and then coffee and some sort of an orange drink or a supplemental drink. So to start off with, we're going to do scrambled eggs. So we can get that freeze-dried through Thrive Life, and this is uncooked, raw, so you're going to have to cook it in a frying pan. Then I've got 2 different kinds from Nutrient Survival. This is the regular scrambled eggs. So all you do with this is you just mix in boiling water, let it seep for a couple minutes, about 5 minutes, and then fluff it up and eat it. So this is really great if you don't want to have an odor or you don't want to cook. This one is called Homestyle Scramble, but I think it's an awful lot like the German farmer's breakfast, Bauernfrühstück. And so this, along with a little bit of meat, just throw some ham or some bacon or something like that, sausage, inside this when you're cooking it and when you're steeping it. And I tell you what, that's fantastic. My daughter loves that. That's what she has me cook for her every once in a while, is Bauernfrühstück, or German farmer's breakfast. So we've got the eggs taken care of. Now we're going to supplement that either with some diced ham or some diced Spam. There's also the diced ham is also available freeze-dried. Then we're going to probably do some sliced potatoes and pan fry those, or you could do cubed potatoes, diced potatoes, and add that to the mixture. Now there's a lot of cultures where they add beans to their breakfast, and so during World War I, I think it was, we took over a whole bunch of baked beans to England as we were deploying into Europe, and the British loved it so much that they have their own special brand of baked beans that they serve with their breakfast, with their continental breakfast, or their British breakfast, let's call it. And so that's very common for them. Of course, in the Mexican culture, they have refried beans they serve with their breakfast every morning. On Tuesdays, when I go to my group meeting, I always eat sausage migas, and so that's scrambled eggs with sausage and then corn chips inside that concoction. Off to the side, I'll have potatoes and beans. So that's a typical Mexican breakfast. If you want to add, beans to your breakfast, you might also consider beans and franks. This could be your meat if you don't want to mix it in with your instant scrambled eggs. So now we want to add to that probably some sort of coffee. Remember, instant coffee lasts longest. And then after that, you might have ground beans, coffee beans, and grind them yourself. But then again, the ground beans, ready for a pour-over pot or a percolator or something like that, last the least longest. So that's kind of your breakfast for you: scrambled eggs, some sort of meat, some sort of beans, some sort of potatoes, and then a fortified drink, some sort of fruit drink. Nutrient Survival has orange and lime. I'm ordering the orange so I can test that out. I'm looking forward to this. I love Tang. Tang is a fortified drink from the space program, and so you'll make sure you get one of those too. Okay, now for lunch, what are we going to do? Well, for lunch, I strongly recommend chili and rice, or we're going to call this an other meal. So chili and rice. Now we like Wolf brand chili, and we get it with the beans because there's just the 2 of us. So this 1 can will feed the 2 of us. You can get it without beans and then add in a can of beans yourself. That's going to extend that, so where you could probably feed a family of 4. So we just cook the rice, pour the chili on top of it, mix it up together, and eat that as a meal. You probably want to add some sort of a vegetable to that, and I really like corn with this. My wife prefers green beans. I like corn, but you add a vegetable to it, and I think you're going to be pretty good. You're probably going to want, with every meal that we have, you probably want to have a dessert of some sort of canned or freeze-dried fruit. Make sure you get your servings of fruit in on a regular basis. Now, one other alternative is Algerson Farms has a chili mix. So this is a freeze-dried chili, and this was March of this year that I got it. So you can, if you don't want to store a whole bunch of these, then you can do the freeze-dried. Now we've got probably 18 cans of chili, so that's probably 2 meals a month of chili and rice. Then the last one we're going to talk about today is going to be American goulash. So for American goulash, you're going to start off with ground beef. This is freeze-dried ground beef. You can get it. There's a company that makes it and puts it in a can. You got ground beef already cooked in a can. The name of it escapes me right now because everybody else, every other Walmart in the world has it except those here in Central Texas. You're going to want to add some tomato sauce, also diced tomatoes. Now you can do that either freeze-dried or you can do that in a can, and then a can of veg-all, and you're going to finish that off with some elbow macaroni. So that all goes together in a can. You can look up the recipe for American goulash, and that'll be what I recommend for dinner. So there we go. There's your meal for your day's worth of food for today. So we're going to have scrambled eggs with some sort of meat, potatoes, and beans, and a fruit for dessert, some sort of coffee or other drink that you might prefer, some sort of vitamin fortified fruit drink. For lunch, we're having chili and rice, and cornbread goes in very well with this. And Martha White has a package, just add water or just add milk, cornmeal. Cornbread. So that goes extremely well with this chili and rice, and a can of fruit. And then, for dessert, for supper, we're going to have American goulash. You don't have to worry about adding a vegetable to it because you've got the can of veg-alls that you're going to mix into it, and but you are going to have dessert of some sort of fruit and some sort of a drink. So with that, remember, we're all in this together so we can come out the other side together. Take care. This is Lee. Bye-bye.